Hello. Let's see if I can make it through all 18 minutes of this doing this voiceover. But hi, let's do some makeup. They say that if you want to get better at something, that you should do it every single day or at least frequently. And I want to have more fun with my makeup. I want to try new things. I want to find new products. And I really want to enjoy getting ready and glamour and beauty again and have some fun with it. So let's do makeup. And I'm going to talk about the things that I've tried, the things I'm trying. You may hear clicking in the background because I have my bowl of products in front of me so I can talk about them. And I'm just going to talk about beauty. Let's see if we can find new products, good things, ride or dies. Let's see. I'm trying out something new at the end of this video, but everything up until now is pretty much my standard routine and some of the products that I currently love slash hate. So I started with the Hourglass primer that you saw a little bit ago. It's the Veil Mineral Primer. It's supposed to have sunscreen SPF 15. It's really good at minimizing pores and it's really great at giving like a soft matte finish. But lately for me, it's been a bit drying and a bit kind of pilling and caking. So I'm probably going to be trying some new primers in the future. I have one from MAC that I've recently been trying. It's the MAC Studio Radiance Moisturizing and Illuminating Silky Primer. It's not been that great, so I am kind of looking for a primer that's a bit more moisturizing. So any recommendations, let me know. Then I go in with foundation wise. I use NARS and I use the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I've used this for years and I have a love-hate relationship with it. It can appear cakey sometimes and it's really dependent on how clean my brush is, one. I think it's dependent on the primer too and the application. I'm not sure if this brush is the best application for it, but I've tried other brushes and this is the best that I've had so far. And the color that I use is Cadiz, Cadiz, and it's a pretty good match if you can see it on screen, but it has been winter, so I am not as golden as I normally am, so it's a bit darker, a smidge more orange than I would normally like, but it'll be fine once I get a little more hue to my skin. But I'm not sold. Like, I'm not tied completely to the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation. I'm open. I'm typically a loyalist when it comes to my makeup products. If it works and I like it and it does what I need to do, I'm keeping it. We're in it for the long haul. Most of my products, like that Hourglass primer, I've used it for over a decade. Most of my products, if they work, I'm sticking with you. But, I mean, same with NARS. I've used this for a long time, but recently it's on the chopping block. So we might see some new foundations come into play coming up soon. But I will say, this concealer, it's an OG, it's everybody's favorite. I'm trying to find it in my basket. It's the NARS, obviously, what is it, Natural Radiant? Let's see. Of course, it's the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And my shade for years is Biscuit, which is medium deep 1. Recently, I picked up the Sucre d'Orge, is that how you pronounce it? Which is medium deep 1.5, because I just wanted to see what a slightly different shade under my eye would look like. The Biscuit is my go-to because it's just a shade or two lighter than my natural skin tone. It just gives me a smidge of brightness. I'm not overly fond of super, super bright under eyes. I'll try it every now and then for a bit more of a glamorous look, but I like to do a bit more subdued. Nothing too over the top, nothing 50 shades lighter. And so Biscuit matches my undertones, whereas the one that I picked up, the Sucre de Orgeat, whatever, however you pronounce it, it's a bit too, I can't decide if it's like an orangey or like a green yellow undertone. The undertone in it just doesn't do right by my skin. So for me, that one is a no. And I also tried everybody's favorite, the Too Faced concealers as well, and I just didn't like them. They didn't do anything for me, and I know tons of people swear by those, but I think I'm gonna stick with the NARS Radiant Creamer and Biscuit as my go-to concealer. But if you have a recommendation that you feel is a little bit better, I'm open to it. I'm open to it. So my techniques for foundation and concealer are very, very simple. Honestly, you'll find I don't do really heavy makeup. I really just kind of like to elevate it a little bit and highlight the features that I love about myself and on my face. And for me, that's my eyes. I love highlighting my eyes. I love accentuating my lips. And everything else, I kind of keep it a bit minimal. Nothing too much, nothing too heavy. So I just do a little bit of concealer under my eyes, a little on the forehead, slightly down the bridge of my nose. I highlight my nose. I don't ever contour my nose. I don't really have a huge reason for that. I mean, mostly I just have never considered doing it. You know what? That's a lie. I've tried it before a long time ago, but to me, it's just too much of an extra step. And I'm fine with my nose. I like the way my nose looks. So a little highlight, fine. And then I put a little bit under a highlighter under my nose a bit, a little bit right under my bottom lip. I do right underneath my cheekbones, and then I also go in and do my eyebrows. So I know that the concealing the top and bottom of eyebrows can come off a little bit heavy sometimes, but I typically wash away most of the product. Like I blot away most of it. To me, it just gives it a slightly more finished look. So I don't like it too kind of intense, you know, the 2013-14 brows, but I do like a bit of definition for my brows and a little brightness underneath and on top. So as you can kind of see, I still need to blend out the concealer under my lip and then the concealer that's like under my cheekbone as well. And I'll go in and conceal that later. But the thing that I really love about makeup, and I used to tell my niece this when she was younger and we would do our makeup together and she was learning how to do makeup, is that so much of makeup is just learning to come back from mistakes and also embracing imperfections and embracing flaws. And that's the fun part. The fun part is trying out different products, different techniques, and not fully getting it right, but watching yourself improve as you do. And the ability to kind of laugh at yourself if you don't get something right, or if you try something and it doesn't look exactly right on you. Just being able to just have fun with it and say, oh, okay, that was fun. That was cool. Tried it, didn't like it. Or, oh, look, I like this, but I need to work on my technique, and this is something that I can improve on and get better at. And then the more you do it, the more you find that over time it does improve. So that's the fun part to me. So if you're doing makeup and it doesn't look perfect, or you have, you know, skill sets that maybe aren't fully developed yet, or you have things that maybe you forgot to blend in, That's fine. Just go with it or fix it once you realize it. You're still beautiful. You're still lovely. You're still radiant. You're still gorgeous. Don't overthink it too much and don't put the brush down. Don't let it get you discouraged where you stop trying and you stop having fun with it. You are beautiful. You are radiant. Enjoy it. Have some fun. So I am putting on my favorite. I am a Chanel makeup fan. I genuinely enjoy their makeup, and I find I don't see or hear as many people my age referencing Chanel Beauty. And I think it's because they typically, I mean, their products, I don't know how I would describe it. I think because they're not as color payoff heavy sometimes, Chanel Beauty really will give you a kind of light finish and a light look and a light glow. And it's one of the reasons that I love them. It very much accentuates and it's nothing too intense. And so the powder that I use, the compact that you see me holding up, it's the Chanel Le Beige. Please excuse my French. It's a healthy glow sheer powder. And I use two shades in this. I use B60 and B70. What I just put on my cheeks and on my forehead and on my jawline, that was B70. And it's this beautiful golden color that just brings a subtle warmth to the face. It's one of my favorite powders. When I found it a couple years ago, I was like, oh, I'm never going back to anything else because it gives you just such, at least on my shade of my complexion with finding the perfect shade for this, it just gives me that warmth that just looks so subtle, so effortless. And honestly, it was kind of one of my introductory products to Chanel Beauty. Once I discovered this powder, I was like, oh, let me check out more Chanel Beauty. Let me see what else they have to offer. So I use that powder probably every single day. And then sometimes when I do want a bit more warmth and a bit more color on my cheeks, I'll go in with a bronzer and then add a blush as well. But it's just a beautiful, light, healthy glow. Like the naming for the product is Chef's Kiss. It is a healthy glow. So I always add in some eyeliner. I'll do shadow as eyeliner or I'll use a pencil and I'll just do a quick swipe of either black or brown. Then typically I'll add some warmth in my eyes, like taking that healthy glow B70 Chanel powder, or I'll take a little bit of bronzer and I'll usually just like take a fluffy brush and kind of dab a little bit in the corners of my eyes. And lately I've been using, let me see if I can find it. For my mascara, I'm definitely a mascara fan. I don't have lashes. Sometimes I wear false strip lashes when I'm going out somewhere, but on an everyday basis, I just am a mascara person. And so I do shuffle through mascaras because I'm always in search of the one that will do my lashes justice. And lately I have been rebuying consistently Urban Decay's Perversion Hyper Black Volume and Length Mascara. I love a black lash. I love length. I love thickness in my lash. It's just so sultry and smoky. And again, my eyes are one of my favorite features. So I love bringing that like intensity into my eyes and drawing people in to like get lost in my eyes. And the black mascara with the eyeliner just frames them so beautifully and makes me feel just so sexy. So always love a good mascara. Definitely recommend the Urban Decay one. Then we're going to go in with a little bit of, again, bronzer and blush on my cheeks just to kind of flush it with a little bit more color. I like to add a bit to my chin as well. I am part of the club, you guys, of I will keep things past their prime. I know makeup has expiration dates, but if it works, honey, and I like it. I'm keeping it. So that elf blush I've had for years. I don't even think they make it anymore, but it's not going anywhere. It's just the perfect blush color for me. So we're going to keep it till the wheels fall off. Now, this is the piece of the whole video, the purpose of why I recorded this video, because I wanted to test out this ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip because I haven't worn a red lip in a long time. I used to wear red lips all the time. I just feel like they're so fiery and passionate. You just feel so powerful when you wear a red lip. It's so alluring, so sexy, so sensual. Amazing. I hadn't worn one in a while, and I realized I didn't even have a lot of reds in my collections. So when I saw this from ColourPop, I used to really love their Ultra Matte lip formulas, and I was like, let me test this out. Let me see, let's step my foot back into a red lip. And so on first swipe, I just thought it was a bit too bright for me. I tend to like a darker, more burgundy red, but I applied another coat and it was a pretty red. Still a bit too bright for me, but I think I just had to get used to it. It's very vibrant, very juicy, and I think it's a blue undertone. A bit lighter than I'm used to, but that's the whole point again, why I wanted to do these videos, to play around with makeup and to have fun and try new things and find new loves. And so I liked it, but I also felt, okay, let's make it a bit more me. Again, my lips are one of my favorite features, so I love to play around and really amp them up and highlight them. So I did what I normally do when I have a new lip color and I'm trying to kind of tone it down a little bit, or rather make it a bit more me. I'll go in with a good lip liner. So this one is my trusted, my favorite, 8 times out of 10 if you see me with a lip liner on. I actually put on like 3 different lip liners at a time, but typically this one is one I have on. It's the NYX Lip Pencil in Espresso. And I'm always going to prefer a wooden pencil over a mechanical pencil because it just has better stay, better control. And this brown Espresso NYX pencil is my absolute favorite. As you can see, it just gives it such a nice shape and dimension. Like, it adds a beautiful depth when I add that lip liner to the red, and it just really accentuates the fullness and the juiciness of my lips, and it's so beautiful. So once I added that border on with a lip liner, I loved the lip a bit more. And as you can see, it's a little bit messy. I have to go back in and clean it up even more, but I was pleased with it. Honestly, too, the formula is a little different than I remembered. It definitely transferred more than I remember ColourPop's Ultra Matte lips transferring, but all in all, I'm going to rate it an 8 out of 10. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to keep this red lip in my collection, so we're probably going to be seeing it more. So that's my makeup for the day. I'm going to insert some pictures at the end of how everything came out, because the camera is about to cut off because I went past my battery. So thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll do more makeup together soon with more products. Tell me all the products you love. Please recommend stuff. Okay. Bye.